big news on the developments between Prince Andrew and the new civil case against him here in the United States filed by Virginia Giuffre, a prominent Epstein accuser. Judge has ruled that Prince Andrew, the suit against Prince Andrew, can go forward, meaning that it will be tried in open court, which is going to unleash a whole lot of stuff. We already know about secret settlements between Epstein and Virginia Giuffre, in which he tried to absolve both himself and everybody else, including the prince, of any potential future actions. That was struck down by the judge, although it still will play a big thing within the trial. But the most important thing that we see is that the royal house is completely abandoning Prince Andrew, Krystal. Let's put this up there on the screen. The UK media has been having a field day with this. Apparently, Prince Andrew was, quote, left in tears after the Queen told him his titles were being stripped, and he was hosting a shooting party for his family and friends while struggling with the decision. Now, what it means to strip titles is the Duke of York will no longer be known as His Royal Highness in any official capacity and is expected to write to his former regiments with remorse that he had to leave. What it means is that whenever you're a prince in the system, you get like all of these military titles, and the HRH title is very important, you know, socially and all of this. I know it sounds ridiculous, but they still have it over there. And these are obviously socially have a lot of cachet. It gives you the ability in order to, you know, go and participate in public works and charities, that thing. That's how they justify their existence. But anyway,
Right.
So the Queen has now come in and stripped her own son of the title of His Royal Highness, of any of his military titles, and Buckingham Palace put out a statement saying that the Duke of York will continue to not undertake any public duties and is defending this case as a private citizen. I mean, ice cold from your own mom, basically just saying, you're out, we're not backing you, this is on you, you go fight your own case out there in New York. And look, now he's subject to the U.S. judicial system. They don't have this. We don't have the same protections that he has over there. We can subpoena and look into a lot of the stuff. And this actually could be some of the stripping away of the access to power that the Maxwells and the Epsteins had and his access to the royal family. So this is a big deal.
Well, if you remember that Amy Robach clip
Yes.
of her saying, I had this all nailed, but I couldn't go forward with the report because they were worried about Will and Kate access. This is kind of a sign to the media of like, y'all do what you're gonna do. Like they don't have that, he doesn't have that same protection that perhaps he once did from fear of crossing the royal family and not having access to whatever it is that they're doing. He also apparently had his royal patronages stripped, which I didn't know what that was. But apparently that's, like you were saying, these are all of these charities that they lend their name to, which gives cachet to the charities and helps them justify their existence, in your words. Like, look at all the good deeds we're doing out there for the poors or whatever. So anyway, those have been stripped away from him as well. And apparently, according to this piece, the stripping of the sort of honorary military titles was meaningful to him because he is a decorated military veteran.
Yes.
So he actually cared about this, which I guess is why he was emotional, although unsurprised when the Queen, his own mother, ultimately made this move.
Yeah, this is really big. I mean, in terms of royal stuff, this is, you know, like almost a medieval soap opera that's happening over. And it comes to the heart of the Epstein case, which is how did Jeffrey Epstein, what did he have on Prince Andrew, and what did Prince Andrew participate in that made him subject to being such close friends with these obvious perverts, such that Epstein, as that came out in the trial, they took a photo at the Queen's private cabin in some of the most hallowed ground, like in the UK, most private places. That photo of Maxwell on the throne, remember that?
Yeah.
Where she had the private tour with like Kevin Spacey and Bill Clinton, real cast of characters. Although I think Chris Tucker was there too, so he's the only one I love Chris Tucker, so thank you for not being a perv, as far as we know. Chris Tucker, the four of them together, look, it has showed us, I know, it really is. It just shows us the access to power and to the levers of high social status that they were able to worm their way into. This civil case will give us even more. Virginia Giuffre has accused a lot of people, for Alan Dershowitz, Prime Minister of Israel, many others, of participating in very illicit activity. And if we can learn more in this case, and get the prince to testify, or at least get him to deny some things on and off the record. There's a good chance we'll learn more from this than we did from the Maxwell trial.
It said in this article the Queen wants him to try to settle out of court.
Of course,
but that there's questions over whether, because Virginia Giuffre seems like what she's really after here is not money but justice.
Yeah, I hope she does not settle.
So, you know, it's a question mark whether she'd be willing to do that at any amount, because, you know, I think she, certainly from her public comments, really wants to see some transparency and truth and some level of public accountability.
Good.
So
drag his ass, Virginia. Drag him.
Indeed.
Okay.
We'll be watching.
All right.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll have more for you later. Hey, guys. Thanks so much for watching.
That's right. Just as a reminder, you can become a premium subscriber today. Watch the full show completely uncut. Our reactions to each other's monologues. You get to listen to it. You get to ask us questions. All that good stuff. Link is right there in the description or at breakingpoints.com.
Best of all, great way to say screw you to the mainstream media.